Welcome to NFL News Update, where touchdowns meet headlines. Stay in the game with the freshest NFL updates. This is your quick dive into football fervor.
Bengals WR Tee Higgins expects to play for Cincinnati in 2024 after requesting trade. It appears that Bengals wide receiver Tee Higgins will be staying in Cincinnati, at least for the time being. On Sunday, Higgins spoke with the media and expressed his desires about his future. "I do anticipate it," Higgins told WLWT at a youth football camp. "I've grown a love for Cincy that I didn't think I would, but man, looking forward to it." The Bengals placed the franchise tag on Higgins on February 26 in hopes of working out a deal. However, by March 11, Higgins had requested a trade. But now that the dust has settled, Higgins expects to stay in Cincy for 2024. Fans can take a sigh of relief knowing there is a mutual interest in keeping one of Joe Burrow's favorite targets. The 2023 season didn't go exactly as planned, with Higgins missing a total of 5 games due to injuries, including weeks 10 to 12 due to a hamstring injury, and performing at his lowest in his career. Higgins recorded 42 receptions for 656 yards and scored 5 touchdowns. Injuries aside, the 25-year-old still has plenty to give, and after spending 4 years with the Bengals, his stats show it. Throughout his career, Higgins has 257 receptions for 3,684 yards and 24 touchdowns. Those numbers will continue to rise as Higgins stays healthy and gets at least one more year with Burrow, who is rehabbing an injury himself. Bengals EVP Katie Blackburn most recently spoke about negotiations with both Ja'Marr Chase and Higgins and emphasized how the front office is taking their time to find a way to make it all work. Nonetheless, the Bengals still have plenty to do to keep Higgins where he wants to be. Giants defensive coordinator Shane Bowen wants violence to be trademark of new defense. After a frustrating 2023 season for the New York Giants defense that saw the unit finish 26th in points allowed, new defensive coordinator Shane Bowen was brought in to turn things around. Speaking this week on the process of building back up the defense, Bowen emphasized that hard-hitting gameplay is what he wants his defense's trademark to be under him. "I'm hoping it's going to be speed and aggressiveness," Bowen said in an interview with former Giants center Sean O'Hara via the team website. "Regardless of scheme, everybody's going to have scheme. We're going to have plenty of scheme. But I want to make sure our guys are lined up, they know what to do, and they can play fast and aggressive ultimately. I want to maximize their abilities. I don't want to paralyze them before the ball is even snapped by overthinking. They're all here for a reason. God has blessed them with the skill set to be here. I want to make sure we can maximize that skill set and they're able to maximize that skill set. But hopefully it will be fast, aggressive, you'll see some violence from us and ultimately guys making plays." Bowen comes to New York from Tennessee, where he spent 6 seasons, the last 3 as DC. Bowen's Titans defense ranked first in the league in red zone scoring last year, and notably through his 3 seasons as DC, the unit surrendered the fewest rushing yards per game in the NFL. He'll attempt to replicate that success with the Giants, as stopping the run game proved to be a notable issue for them in 2023. Opponents recorded 140 or more rushing yards in 7 games, and New York finished the season 29th in rush yards allowed and 31st in TDs surrendered. You think run game, you think physicality, you think toughness, and that's what we want to be at all levels. I was blessed with some really good players down there in Tennessee, no different than we are here, but the guys bought into it. They took ownership of it, and it's unique. It's great to stop the run, but you better be able to affect the quarterback just the same. So, finding that balance and just having the attacking mentality where we're getting off the ball, trying to play on the other side of the line scrimmage, and then in that regard, if it is a pass, you're already on your way. Pass rusher Brian Burns will likely be tasked with spearheading this defensive effort in his first season in New York. The 2-time Pro Bowler joined New York last month via trade from Carolina as by far the biggest defensive acquisition for the Giants so far this spring. "The initial thing is the explosiveness," Bowen said. "Off the ball, his first step is elite now. I think the lateral movement, the athleticism, you see all that. He's a very sudden player. The length, the size, like I didn't realize how big he was until he walked in the building." Bowen sees Burns pairing well with both Kayvon Thibodeaux, who tallied 11.5 sacks in his sophomore season, and Dexter Lawrence, who has 2 Pro Bowl nods of his own in the last 2 seasons, to anchor the defense along the front line. Burns is an impressive-looking dude, but skill set-wise, being able to pair him up with what we've got with KT Thibodeaux and obviously Dex in there being able to push the pocket, I think there are a lot of compliments to all those guys when they're going to be in there together. Bowen will get his first opportunity for hands-on work with his new team starting Monday when the Giants open up their off-season workout program.